Most people think investing is about picking the right shares or the perfect ETF, but honestly, that's not where most Australians go wrong. Where they go wrong is the order they do things in. Because there's actually a smart sequence a lot of people follow for where their money goes, from their first dollar all the way up to building serious wealth. Get the order right and every dollar tends to work harder. Get it wrong and you can genuinely trip yourself up even while doing all the right things. So in this video, I'll walk you through the order successful people tend to put their money to work in Australia. Think of it like a waterfall. Your money fills one bucket, then flows down to the next. Let's get straight into it. Why the order matters so much. Before we get into the steps, let me quickly explain why this matters, because it's the bit most people never think about. Imagine someone throwing every spare dollar into shares, feeling great about investing, while a credit card quietly charges them 20% interest in the background. They're earning maybe 8 to 10% on their investments, while losing 20% on the debt. So they're actually going backwards, even though it feels like they're winning. That's the whole point of having an order. The idea is to always put your money where it does the most good first, before moving on to the next thing. So let's build that waterfall bucket by bucket. And yes, I'm gonna say waterfall a lot. I got weirdly attached to the metaphor while planning this video. Just roll with me. Step 1. Cover your essentials and a small starter buffer. The very first bucket is the boring one, but if you skip it, then everything else can get shaky. Before you invest a single dollar, the usual starting point is having your basics covered. Rent or mortgage, food, bills, the essentials. And then a small starter buffer of cash, something like $1,000 to $2,000, sitting in a separate savings account. But why, you may ask? Well, because life happens. The car breaks down, the fridge dies, you cop a surprise dental bill. And without a small buffer, every one of those little emergencies tend to end up on a credit card, which then drags you straight into the exact high interest debt we're trying to avoid. So this first bucket isn't exciting, but it's the foundation the whole waterfall sits on. A small buffer first, please. Step 2. Crush any high interest debt. Okay, bucket 2, and this one is genuinely one of the highest return moves available to most Australians. Wiping out high interest debt. I'm talking credit cards, personal loans, buy now pay later, payday loans, all the nasty stuff charging you anywhere from 15% to over 20% a year. Here's why this tends to beat investing. If a credit card is charging you 20%, then paying it off is effectively like locking in a guaranteed 20% saving. Tax-free, risk-free. There's no investment out there that reliably beats that. So mathematically, clearing that debt is one of the best things you can do with a spare dollar. If you've got a few of these high interest debts, a common approach is to attack the one with the highest interest rate first, while paying the minimums on the rest. Every dollar you free up from step 1 goes straight at this. The general thinking is to clear the expensive debt before investing, because otherwise it quietly eats everything you're trying to build. To be clear, we're talking about high interest debt. Your HEX or a home loan are a different conversation, and we'll come back to those. Step 3. Build your full emergency fund. So this is bucket 3. Now that the expensive debt is gone, the common next step is going back and turning that small starter buffer into a proper emergency fund. The guide you'll often hear is around 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses, kept in a separate high interest savings account where it's earning you a bit of interest, but you're not tempted to accidentally spend it. This is your financial shock absorber, your insurance against bad luck, so to speak. It's what lets people handle losing a job, getting a large medical bill, or a big random surprise cost without having to sell their investments at the worst possible time or reach for a credit card. It's genuinely one of the most underrated pieces of the whole plan. Now, some people prefer to build a smaller emergency fund first and start investing alongside it rather than fully finishing this bucket before moving on. That's a personal call, and it depends on how secure your income is and how you feel about risk. Please remember, the waterfall is a guide, not a rigid law, but the general principle holds. A solid cash cushion tends to come before going big on investing. Step 4. Consider super and its tax benefits. Alright, so this is bucket 4. Before piling into regular investing, there's one uniquely Australian thing worth understanding: your superannuation. Here's the thing a lot of people forget, because it's kind of just in the background. Super is already an investment. Every payday in Australia, your employer by law has to put 12% of your wage into super, and it's taxed at just 15% going in, which is lower than most people's normal tax rate. So it's one of the most tax effective places money can sit in this country. And on top of what your employer already puts in, you can add extra contributions yourself through something called salary sacrifice. This is where you direct a bit of your pre-tax pay into super, so it's taxed at 15% instead of your usual marginal rate. For people earning above around $45,000, where your tax rate is higher than that 15%, that can be a genuinely tax efficient move. In the financial year 2026-27, the cap on these pre-tax contributions is around $32,500 a year, and that includes what your employer already pays. Now there is a big caveat with super, and it's that super is locked away until you're generally 60 years old and you have actually retired. So it's brilliant for your long-term retirement number, but it can't help you before then. And that matters if you'd ever like to retire or just slow down a bit earlier. If you pour everything into super, you could end up wealthy on paper, but unable to touch a cent of it until your 60s. So a lot of people like to strike a balance. Some money in super for the tax perks and the long game, and some invested outside super that they can actually get to whenever they want. That outside super money is what could fund an earlier retirement or just more freedom in your 40s or 50s. Whether topping up super suits you depends on your income, age, and goals. so it's one to chat through with a professional. But it is worth understanding because the tax benefit is genuinely significant. Step 5. Invest in long-term diversified assets. Now we're at the bucket most people wanted to jump straight to. Actually investing your money for growth outside of super where you can get to it before you're 60. This is where money goes into long-term growth assets and compounding does the heavy lifting over years. For a lot of everyday Australians, a common approach is low-cost diversified index ETFs, which spreads your money across hundreds of companies in a single stock rather than trying to pick individual winners. The magic here isn't complexity, it's consistency. Investing a set amount regularly, month after month, through the ups and downs, is how a lot of people quietly build wealth over time. Not by timing the market perfectly, just by staying in it. This is the bucket that runs for decades. Once the foundation underneath is solid, this is where a lot of the long-term wealth gets built patiently and consistently. And to actually do this, you need somewhere to buy and hold your investments. The investing platform I personally use is Moomoo because it ticks all the boxes I look for in a broker. First, they're CHESS sponsored. That means your Australian shares and ETFs are held directly under your own name through the ASX's CHESS system. Second, their brokerage fee is low. It starts from just $3 per trade for Aussie shares and ETFs, which is one of the lowest rates around right now. And third, they've got a recurring investment feature that lets you automatically buy your chosen ETFs on a set schedule. Daily, weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. You set it up once and it runs in the background, which suits the consistent long-term investing we just talked about. There's also a welcome bonus offer for new users right now. If you sign up through the link in the description and make a qualified deposit, you can get up to 38 free fractional shares plus 0 brokerage fees on Aussie and US shares for 30 days. So basically, a month to try out the app for free. And if you don't like it after that, no worries, you can simply walk away. Terms and conditions do apply, so make sure you read them before proceeding. I'm not sure how long this offer will last, so if you're interested, use the link below to check it out and claim the free rewards on screen. Enjoy. Step 6. Extra mortgage payments and your bigger goals. So here's the final bucket for when the earlier ones are flowing nicely. This is where people tackle the bigger, more personal stuff. For a lot of Australians, this is where extra mortgage repayments come in. Your home loan isn't a high interest debt like a credit card, so it tends to sit lower in the order. But once the emergency fund and investing are humming along nicely, putting extra on the mortgage or into an offset account is a genuinely powerful move, at least psychologically. It's effectively like locking in a guaranteed saving equal to your mortgage rate, and for a lot of people, the peace of mind of paying down the home is worth a lot on its own. This is also where other big goals live, saving hard for a house deposit, investing more, or building other income streams. By this point, there's a rock solid foundation underneath you, so there's freedom to aim at whatever matters most to you. And look, if you made it all the way down the waterfall to this bucket, genuinely, well done. You're doing better than the vast majority of people who are still trying to invest in shares while their credit card quietly sets fire to their savings. Alright, so let me put together the whole waterfall thing so it's crystal clear. Step 1. Cover your essentials and get a smaller starter buffer behind you. Step 2. Crush any high interest debt. That's one of your best guaranteed wins. Step 3. Build your full emergency fund. No extra words needed. Step 4. Understand super and the tax benefits that come with it. Step 5. Invest consistently into long-term diversified assets. And step 6. Extra mortgage repayments and whatever your bigger personal goals are. And just a reminder, this is a guide, not a rigid rule. You can adjust your situation. And the nice thing about this order is that each step tends to make the next step safer and stronger. You're rarely investing on shaky ground and you're not leaving guaranteed wins or tax benefits sitting on the table. My final thoughts. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this whole video, it's that wealth building in Australia usually isn't about finding some secret investment nobody else knows about. Most of the time, it comes down to doing the sensible things in a sensible order consistently for a long time. That's genuinely most of the game. Get the order roughly right and your money tends to always be doing the most useful job it can at any given moment. And that's often the real difference between people who quietly build wealth and people who feel flat out busy with money but never quite seem to get ahead. So wherever you are on this waterfall right now, that's your starting point. Don't stress about doing it all at once. Just look at the next bucket and sort that one out, and then move on to the next. You've got this. And quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Remember that investing involves risk, so always do your own research before making any decisions. And if you'd like financial advice, please go speak to a professional. By the way, if you're enjoying this video and you made it this far, comment the word, you guessed it, Waterfall, down below so I know who you are. And if you're new around here, what are you waiting for, mate? Hit that subscribe button and join this amazing community of like-minded people who are all trying to level up their life. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram and X, where I post heaps more lighthearted and sometimes funny finance content. And if you want to go a bit deeper, you can sign up to my free email newsletter, Aussie Money Club, where once a week I'll send you some money tips, major news in the market, only cool updates from me. And if you want to learn how to actually start investing in Australia as a beginner this year, check out this video on screen where I'll walk you through the process step by step. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian, this is Brian Invest, and I'll see you in the next video.